I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with the always lovely and talented Andrea Kay. We forgot to ask Judge Shemowski to change your name.
I know. Dang it. Although I'm not really sure the felony court's the right place for me to be.
Well, I don't know. You know, I've known you for a while. The felony courts is probably just the right place to be.
Yeah.
So we have the always incredible Urban Miaris with us. So, and we have our next guest. I should introduce her as, Angela Brannon-Baptiste from It's All About the Kids Foundation. So let the party begin.
Yay. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
So nice to see you again.
So good
Such
to see you.
Such a fun show.
So
I'm
now
inspired.
I led in that way, obviously, because of, I'm assuming that Partying for a Purpose is a program of the charity. Is that correct, or how do we say that?
Partying for a Purpose is the company that I own, so it's basically me. And what we do is we create programs and activities and parties for It's All About the Kids. And we also do corporate stuff and private parties and little stuff on the side, but the charity keeps me so busy with creating all the programs and helping all the kids and raising all the money that I have a little bit of time.
Yeah. Well, I have to share with our listeners how I met Angela. This was, what was it, 15 years ago or something like that? I don't know how long ago, but it was a long time ago. And a couple of my friends, very high-profile guys in town, certainly more high profile than I was at the time because I didn't get to participate. But in any case, Angela was doing a fundraiser where she raised money to fill a limousine with some very high-priced individuals, took them up to the Playboy Mansion up in L.A., and they partied at the Playboy Mansion all day long. And I could just, you know what, I would have just loved to have been a fly on the wall with that one rather than anything else.
I can't tell you anything about it whatsoever. Nope. So, I've been sworn to secrecy. You know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's much bigger. What happens at the mansion stays at the mansion. Trust me.
I bet everybody in that limo signed non-disclosure agreements on the way up, did they not?
Well, I got a lot of dirt on a lot of people. Oh. We had 8 years of parties at the Playboy Mansion. Wow. So that's thousands of people.
Yeah.
That's where I went blind.
Yeah. You got to at least have a celebrity story or two that you could share with everybody.
Oh, the celebrities that we had as guests at the Playboy Mansion were all so much fun and so amazing. It's hard for me to pick one. I can tell you Robbie Krieger of The Doors is a family friend. He came and performed for us in 2006.
Wonderful.
And he is so amazing. He was so much fun, and he's so cool. And so I would say he would be my favorite. I actually got to, my sister sang, my brother played the drums, I got to play the tambourine, and Light My Fire, they performed.
No way.
Yes.
You got to hang out with these guys.
I got to hang out, and I still am in touch with Robbie. My mom has a rum cake company, and he loves my mom's rum cakes. They named a rum cake after him called the Rockstar Rum Cake. And so he's just the coolest guy. I mean, he just really is.
He's cooler than Barry? That can't be.
As cool as Barry.
Oh, okay, good.
That's
really
pretty
mellow.
cool.
You know how much trouble you're in.
I know. That's pretty cool.
So that would be my favorite. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry to any of the other celebrities that came if I didn't name them as favorites. But my guests actually, in my opinion, were the celebrities. Because we didn't want it to be, come to our fundraiser and see celebrities. It was you come because you are the one that's important. You're the one that's donating. You're the one that's the star.
You made them the VIPs.
Oh, they were the VIPs. Trust me. We had to spoil them rotten. So we used to have 4 parties in 3 days over a weekend.
Lot of partying. That's like Mardi Gras where I'm from.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
but that's not what I'm here to talk about.
No, okay.
Yes. Well, we're gonna spend a little bit of time talking about what you want to talk about, which is tell us first off. It's All About the Kids. That's a private foundation, or not a private, it's a charitable foundation, correct?
We're a 501c3. We've been around for 11 years. I co-founded it back in 2004 with Sean Hale. And our mission was to create programs for kids of other nonprofit organizations. We have done that. We have grown. We're also helping orphanages down in Mexico, which is near and dear to my heart because those little kids have nothing. And so we provide now clean water and shoes and clothes, and we're going to start providing vertical gardens, and we're working with UCSD engineering students to be able to give them the tools that they really need down in the orphanages. But here in the States, graduates. We teach financial literacy. We teach self-esteem classes. I have a college prep program. We just had 2 of our students graduate from four-year universities this last month. I'm a proud mom.
Oh, awesome.
And so it's pretty awesome. We've been able to help. We're now up to 1,600 children each year or more. I kind of can't keep track because there's so many. And we just help support other nonprofits and make change and to help kids succeed. That's our goal.
Great.
Yep, and it's fun.
So how do you, and now I know I'm leading right into Partying for a Purpose, but how do you raise money for your charity?
Through Partying for a Purpose. So Partying for a Purpose is my company. I raise money through our fundraisers and through crowdfunding and through begging, basically. So I work with companies.
Nothing like good old-fashioned begging.
You got to beg. And so what we do is we don't take any federal funding. We do get some grants from private foundations and banks, etc. But really our fundraising is done through parties. We like to get everyone together, to network, to eat, to drink, to do business, and also to socialize and have a good time. And it's fun because we say, you're out, you're having a good time, and you're still helping some children, and you're making a difference instead of just going out.
So tell me how it works when, let's say you set up a party, some of the proceeds come back to the charity. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Always.
Okay, so how does that
all
does
the
that
net proceeds.
So you set up the party, you do something for an institution or a company, a corporation, whatever it is. You're doing all that, and just the profits of that, which may not be a lot, but it's something. You just can do more partying.
And see, what I try to do is I leverage all of my networking. So I try to get as many in-kind donations, and I try to beg and plead with venues to get the prices down. And I have companies who donate, so we'll do tastings or we'll do this or that. So whatever I can to get the price down, so that means more money goes to the charity. Because sometimes people have events in which you donate $100 to go in, but they spend $90 of it on the party. So we do our best to work in private venues or to strike up great deals with companies in which we can get sponsorships so that more money goes towards the charity than ever goes towards the fundraising. So that's why I run all the fundraisers, because I hire myself to do it, because I know that my goal is to spend the least amount of money on the event so that I can give the most away, so we can make the biggest impact and help more children and continue and continue.
This is exciting to hear.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I'm just sitting here in awe. I just think about not only all the fundraisers that I've been involved with, but friends of mine who work or volunteer for nonprofits, and you hear how much money was raised, but then you ask how much did the charity actually get, and it's pennies on a dollar. And to see someone that looks and works hard to get as much as they can to the charity as possible, that's fantastic.
It is.
Thank you.
You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at AM1170theanswer.com. Give us a tweet at CloseUpSD. Email me at barry@closeupsandiego.com or find our page on Facebook. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with Andrea Kay, Urban Yaris, and our guest is Angela Brannon-Baptiste from Partying for a Purpose, and it's all about the kids. So, Andrea, have you explained to Angela what she's in for now that she's reconnected back to me?
It's hard to explain.
Call the judge.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're going back to felony court.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, it's hard to prepare people for that. Although I was sitting here thinking of Partying for a Purpose and fundraising and Barry on a board. Barry on a paddleboard.
The paddleboard.
Barry on a paddleboard.
I got to get my foot back in order before I do that.
All right.
So, no, what I was referring to is I love to connect businesses and people and put good things in motion. So what you'll find is we just need to get together, and we'll be telling your story on air week in and week out, and finding more local business owners to help you connect the dots with what you want to do.
Thank you. That's awesome. And what's nice about what we do is when we get a donation, I talk to the donor and say, if they donate online, they get a choice of where the money goes, which program they want it to go to. And if I work with a company and say that they say, okay, we want to give you $1,000 donation, I say, where do you want the money to go? Do you want it to go to financial literacy? Do you want it to go to the orphanages? Do you want it to go to the college program? So you really know where your money's earmarked. And then you can come see the kids anytime you want. I love to bring my business people around because I also teach the teenagers that we work with how important it is to shake hands, to look someone in the eye. And I always tell them, you never know, 6 months from now, you may be walking around downtown and you're going to run into that person that you met with me. I want you to shake their hand and say, I met you with Angela, because that's what networking, that's how it happens in the world. That's how you get to be successful, is through meeting other people, and that's the way of the world, I think. Yeah. I think networking is it.
It's it. So tell us a little bit more. You do some financial literacy programs?
Yes.
What do you do that for, and how do you do it?
We have a life skill scavenger hunt that we have each year for the Homeless Academy. I'm trying diligently to get it into the schools, and it is an all-day program in which the teens are in teams, and it's very fast-tracked, so we end up giving them a check for work or for financial aid, and then they have to open a bank account, they have to find an apartment, they have to do all of these things, and there's pitfalls, and there's life cards, and by the end of the day, they do never want to grow up. They are just, we can't stand this, but we teach them about leases. We teach them about you can't go to the grocery store unless you have electricity turned on, and all the important things that we all struggled through as young adults. We try to teach them that, and then we have follow-up classes to break down all of the banking, the leases, the collection agency that you never want to go to, and all the little pieces of being an adult that are not the fun parts, but we want to teach them now before they get older.
Interesting. So, and you want to take your program into the schools?
I do. I want to take it to the high schools.
Okay. How would you go about doing that? What would you do when you're in a high school? Well,
I would do the all-day program with the freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors, and to have the scavenger hunt there, and then follow up with the classes.
Okay.
So that's my goal.
Well, here's something to think about, too, is how do we go back to the schools, take some of those programs in there, and bring it back to tell about it on the radio?
Well, I got to do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'd love to. That would be great.
So
that would be great.
And anyway, so now you have some events coming up here. We were talking about a networking mixer you have coming up.
I do. June 13th at the Hilton La Jolla Torrey Pines, we have a networking event called Changing Lanes Carpool Party. Lane Etheridge wrote a book. He has a 3-day seminar, and during the 3-day seminar, he wanted to have a VIP party on the Saturday night. And he said, bring your charity, have an auction and a raffle, raise some money, raise some awareness. We've got Hawaiian dancers, we've got food, we've got drinks, and a ton of great networking. And it's going to be beautiful. It's outside at the Hilton, right on Torrey Pines, and the gorgeous view of the ocean reminds us of how blessed we are. And we'll raise some money for the charity and turn around and have fun at the same time.
Where can people get more information?
You can get more information on our ticket site, which is www.universe.com/changinglaneslive2. But they can also go to our website, which is it'sallaboutthekids.org, and there's information there as well. Under our fundraising event.
That's a lot easier to remember, so it's allaboutthekids.org.
.org, yeah.
Okay. What other events you got coming up?
In July, I have our All Ladies Party, which is our 12th annual Champagne and Purses at the University Club.
You have my attention.
Yep, 150 lovely ladies with all male staff, by the way. And we raise money for prom that we throw for the Toussaint Academy of San Diego, and we also collect items for the girls for prom. And
Wonderful.
When we distribute the items to the girls, they get them based on their grades. So the girls with the best grades get the first choice.
Love it.
For the accessories and the shoes and the bling bling. And then we get suits for the boys. So we're working on suits, and that's something that hopefully I can come back on a future show and talk to some of our male listeners. I'm sure everyone's got an extra suit that they don't want. My boys need them. And
when is that event?
That is July 24th at the University Club. And then our biggest event of the summer, we have Bacon Fest. And Bacon Fest is in the weekend of Labor Day. That is September 5th. And that is a day of tasting bacon-inspired food and breweries. So we've got that. And then the rest of the weekend, we're part of the sand sculpting expo that's on the Broadway Pier. So I have such a crazy summer, along with all the kids and getting kids into college. And We've got art programs coming this summer and backpack parties, and I'm busy.
You
Great.
are one.
Great.
You're busier than James Brown. You're like the hardest working woman in San Diego. I thought Eve was hard working.
Well, you know what? Let's just put the two of them together and watch it explode.
Right.
So anyway, we're running short on time. Give our listeners one more shout, how to get in touch with you.
It's allaboutthekids.org. All the information's on our website, and just look around, watch the videos. And my challenge I'm doing this month is I'm asking everyone to once a day on their Facebook post something kind. So this is the kindness challenge for the month of June. I'm kind of sick of tired of everyone's selfies and all this self-promotion, and I want to see kindness.
And
post something kind.
Example?
Inspirational things, something nice to another person, something that doesn't have to do with you.
I love that.
Kindness, because we need more kindness in our world.
I'm with you there, sister.
Yeah, well, all I can tell you is thank you for somehow remembering to keep me in your email loop, which sparked the reminder for me to get you on here.
It's LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
Is that
With
how?
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Was it? Yep.
So-
Yay, I'm so glad it worked
With
out.
LinkedIn, and it was wonderful because I got the email back from you, and I started laughing because of what you said.
Because seeing Barry pop up in
and
the
I
email
went,
just
oh
makes
my
people
gosh,
laugh.
I know, because of what he said in the email, and then
Glad I could be of
he was
service.
mad at me, and so I was like, oh no, and then you offered the show, and I was like, I'd love to come on.
Yeah,
So much fun.
lovely having you here.
That's the difference between, live conversation versus email and text, because nobody can read between the lines on a text.
Right.
So I've gotten myself in so much trouble with text.
Oh.
So
Well,
anyway.
it's been great meeting you, Irvin, and you, Andrea.
Well, thanks
and
so much
it's
for
been
coming
great.
in.
Well, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Great. This is Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at AM1170theanswer.com. Send us a tweet at Close Up SD or just find our page on Facebook. You can always email me at barry@closeupsandiego.com. Let me know what you think. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Taking care of business.